Like so many other universities across the country, MSU Moorhead has an enrollment problem.
There's fewer students graduating from high school. Of those students, there's fewer that are choosing a four-year education. And of the fewer that are choosing a four-year education, more of them are choosing the flagship.
And with fewer students to pay tuition, those who do choose college shoulder higher rates. Moorhead, along with its fellow MSU schools, are hoping to tackle this issue with a record-breaking budget request.
Our legislative request is for $350 million, and of that, $125 million would be to support a tuition freeze. So we're the legislature to provide that funding to the system. The system would forego tuition increases in both of the upcoming academic years.
So, if fully funded, students can expect relief from tuition increases, at least for 2 years.
That would be great because if tuition goes up, we can't pay it because we're all broke college kids.
I think every college student would be lying if they said they didn't want that, but...
However, that $350 million is a best-case scenario. From the 2022 MSU budget, the system received less than half of its request. For 2020, just a third. Without the funding, tuition will go up.
The rate increase is being offset. It creates a budget challenge, right? Because even with a price increase, we're projecting that we're going to have less revenue.
The final vote will happen May 22nd. In the meantime, Vice President Holler recommends that students reach out to the Student Senate to voice support for the request. Lohman Hall is normally buzzing with students studying education, nursing, and social work. However, after citing what MSUM called an infrastructure emergency, the building was shuttered immediately.
Yesterday morning, before 7 a.m., one of our general maintenance workers came to work and he noticed water in the basement. And so they called the plumber to come and take a look at it as well. And figured out that the water was entering the basement from a floor drain.
That floor drain shut down Lohman for the entire day, with classes either canceled or moved online. The problem was caused by a frozen blockage in sanitary pipes, causing the basement to be flooded with sewage. Lohman was built in the early 1930s, but facilities manager Norris says the flood had nothing to do with the age of the building.
We had a major renovation in 2009-ish, so most of the building was remodeled, including all of the infrastructure, the plumbing and the sanitary. Lohman Hall just happens to be one of our lowest points because it has a basement.
Here in Lohman Hall, the cleanup process was much more than just simple mopping. Crews here had to remove carpet from several rooms and also over 2 feet of drywall. They also had to bring in air scrubbers to deal with the stench. With such extensive damage to the walls, carpets, and insulation, repairs are expected to take some time.
I would expect that the classrooms in the basement of Lohman would be offline for several weeks yet, at least a couple more. I anticipate there's going to be some furniture and some other miscellaneous things that we're going to have to replace as well.
So it'll be a while before students can return to the basement. All told, the university estimates these repairs to the basement could cost up to $50,000. MSUM's Oceanarium is home to many sea creatures, from starfish
These things are definitely something that you would see in your nightmares.
to urchins
And then you can literally just give them a drop and they will just go back to where they want.
to crabs,
She's trying to eat my finger right now. I'd ask you kindly not to do that.
all several states away from the ocean, right where Ray Vangan prefers them.
I wanted to go into marine biology, but I was like, I don't want to live on the coast. That's scary. I'll go here.
Despite being an art major, Ray is a member of the Oceanarium's outreach program, a group that helps organize events, run social media accounts, and assists in tours during open house days.
Don't try this at home, children. One of my favorite things is during our tours, we will pull a horseshoe crab out if you want to touch it, and they will all be like either, ooh, yes, I want to touch, or oh, no, stay away from me.
Those tours will become a lot easier thanks to an engagement center that's being built in this space. Facilities coordinator Phil Larson says it's a big step up for the department.
We've now gone from being a room full of aquariums to an actual facility.
The goal of the center is teaching visitors more about the species they'll be interacting with. It'll also feature additional tanks for even more sea creatures.
Hopefully we're going to have an octopus in the future. That'd be super cool. We're hoping to get a large coral reef system in the middle of the room, things like that. I think we're going to take an already an amazing experience and double it, triple it.
In the meantime, the Oceanarium will still be open for tours, ready for visitors to take a deep dive into marine biology.